Hi everyone, it's Nicole here for Simon Says Stamp, and today I have a card featuring the March 2015 Simon Says Stamp card kit. I've used a bunch of the pattern papers plus one of the stamps from the stamp set included in the kit for March, with a bunch of Simon Says Stamp exclusive dies. To start, I am going to die cut most of the elements here for my card and kind of go from there, see what all I need. I'm using this great Mod Circle frame die from Simon Says Stamp. This is an A2 sized die, so it's going to completely cover the front of a standard size card. And I'm die cutting it from one of the light gray papers included in the March kit. And I'm going to pop out all those inside pieces. I'm not going to need any of those. You could either save them for another project, or you could go ahead and throw them away if you aren't going to use them. And I was trying to decide what papers to use here, and I ended up using this text paper, and I'm going to die cut that. And what I need to do is make sure that I die cut all of my patterns the same way, or have the die flipped the same way for this card, in the event that some of the patterns go a certain direction, like this text print. I would not want it to go upside down, so you might want to kind of be conscious of that. Now for this one, I'm going to pitch the frame and hold on to all of those inside pieces. I'm only using a few pieces from each pattern paper I'm using. You could definitely make multiple cards and use all of those leftover pieces using the same style here. I've also die cut the sketch heart from some black cardstock included in the kit, and I die cut 3 of those because I'm going to layer them one on top of another to really give it a little bit more of a substantial feel. And then I've used a My Favorite Things pierced fishtail flag die to die cut one of the kind of cream pattern papers where there's a solid area there on that one paper you might have noticed. That's where I'm going to stamp my greeting for my card today. Now I created a card base using the same color of cardstock that I'm using for my frame. And I did that on purpose. I liked that color for the frame, and I didn't want the frame to overwhelm the rest of the design, especially since I wanted that sketch heart to definitely be kind of the draw your eye in, because that's where the greeting is going to be, and it's black, so I really wanted everything else to be a little bit more neutral. Once I have my frame laid out on my card, I can kind of start piecing it together and seeing what elements I want to use. This particular text paper is going to be the background of the design, I guess, if that makes sense. And I'm laying out my sketch heart here and my banner to make sure that I like how that all looks. Once I do, I am going to fill in this one circle with the text print. I think that kind of helps even out the design. I'm going to go ahead and die cut some other pattern papers now to fill in. So I want this heart to be the yellow polka dot, and that's the only one I'm going to use from this one. So I'll just go ahead and set all the rest of this aside. And like I said, you can either save these and create multiple cards, just kind of, move the patterns around, obviously, or you can throw them away, whatever you want to do, or use the scraps for something else. I've also die cut from this other pattern paper included in the kit, and I'm piecing together the circles. I wanted a little trio of circles there with that darker gray print paper, and then I filled in with a lighter yellow floral over on the right side of the card, just to kind of even it out. I'm going to ink up my greeting from the stamp set included in the card kit with some Versamark ink and stamp that right on my banner or flag die here. Then I'm going to take the Ranger Platinum embossing powder and sprinkle that on. I think the platinum embossing powder matches the pattern papers and things in the card kit really nicely, and then I can go ahead and heat that up. Now it didn't stamp very well because I stamped it over my die cut. I don't know what I was thinking. So I heated it up and very carefully took my stamp and stamped back over that design and added more embossing powder and heated it up again. So I didn't actually have to redo the whole thing. I'm gluing my sketch hearts one on top of another. This will give it a nice dimensional look and feel. Just using some little dots of Zig glue there. And now that I had that piece together, I can go ahead and adhere all of that. And I'm just going to use the Zig glue pen to glue all of these together. I like to lay it all out first and make sure I like how it looks before I commit to the adhesive. So like I said, I'm going to go ahead and adhere the mod frame first right to my card base. Make sure I line that up directly with my card base front. I'm using an acrylic block to hold that in place so it doesn't lift up while the liquid adhesive dries. And then I'm taking my Zig glue pen and just kind of squirting a little glue in each of those areas and filling it in. Once I have all of the inlay adhered, I did die cut some little mini hearts using the Simon Says Stamp mini hearts die, and that was from the yellow kind of shimmery paper included in the card kit. I'm going to use those for accents on my card. And I'm going to glue my sketch heart and greeting in place here. Mostly the sketch heart, I've left it a little bit loose along the right side so that I can snip off any of that excess banner that's hanging over the edge. And what I ended up doing was just popping it out. I kind of measured it, made a little crease with my thumbnail, and just trimmed that off with my paper trimmer. And then I took a little stronger adhesive and I will just move that right back underneath my sketch heart and line it up and adhere that right to my card. And then I'm going to take those little yellow hearts. I'm not going to use all of them, and any of them that I don't use I like to save because they're great for all kinds of different projects. And I'm going to pop some of those little hearts here and there on my card and adhere them in place with some matte medium. Once I have those little mini hearts glued down, I'm going to take some small pearl gemstones and adhere them kind of here and there throughout my card design. Mostly around those small little heart embellishments. Just move them around and secure them. And that will finish up my card. I hope you've enjoyed this video showcasing the brand new March 2015 Simon Says Stamp card kit. The supplies I've used are listed and linked below the video. Please subscribe for weekly card making and stamping videos. Thanks for watching, and we'll catch you next time.